Hey coaches, it's Kit Horton Caldecott, and I'm here to share your tip for the day. So I'm going to share three things with you today, and they are all coming from a great conversation that I just had with a prospect. So here's your first lesson, and that's basically it. When you come away from a conversation, the first thing that you should do is sort of reflect on it. What went well? What could I have done differently or better? As John Maxwell teaches us, after every experience relative to your business or whatever, you should act. Think about what you're going to apply, what you're going to change, and what you're going to teach. So I just had an aha moment, and I decided to immediately get on video and record it while it was fresh in my mind and teach it to you. So I had a conversation with a prospect just now. We'd had initial exchange, an individual who was approaching 60, job was stressful, really wanted to lose the 30 pounds that he's put on over the last 8 to 10 years. And I just went into that conversation without any expectations, right? I think people can sense when there's some kind of panic in us, when we put those points, put that challenge back before the person, right? We've been saying a lot, people before points. So my second lesson is this: just keep sharing continuously without any expectations. Because when you have those kind of conversations, it truly is about taking an interest in that other person, understanding them better, and not feeling like you want this specific outcome. As Tony has already always said to us, what does Tony always say relative to business? He says, don't be attached to the outcome. I think we get so attached to the outcome, and that comes through in the conversations that we're having with people. Which leads me to my third point. When you are having conversations, make it about them. And I always teach my team, write down at least 5 questions that you're going to ask. Every conversation should be about learning and understanding what's going on with that individual. I started out with a very open-ended question. I said, Jim, you sent me some preliminary great information about yourself, but I'd like to get to know you better. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And from there, he talked about what he does for work. He talked about his health history. He talked about lots of foods that are nemesis foods for him. So he gave me a lot of information with just one question. And I just sat back and listened and took notes. And I started thinking about the logical follow-up questions I would ask based on what I heard, to dig just a little bit deeper, to understand a little bit more about his nutrition and a little bit more about the struggles that he has, and then a little bit more about the challenges that he has. And it was just really questions about that. And that way, I'm better equipped to make the right recommendation. And I've also built a much stronger level of trust because I've taken the time to understand him. So those are my 3 lessons for today. First, as a coach, as a leader, if you have an aha moment, if you have a learning moment, immediately sit down and share that with your team. Help them understand something that was beneficial to you so they can go on and use that behavior. Number 2, keep sharing, just sharing. Put yourself out there. Understand people without having any expectation. Don't be attached to the outcome. And number 3, every time you engage in conversation, make sure that you're asking at least 4 or 5 questions to understand that person, understand what they're going through, their challenges, their nutrition, their health, anything about that individual before you go ahead and make any kind of recommendation. All right, that's it. Have a great day. Bye.